We teach the prospect to bow and obey, to bite his tongue, to stand in line. But weren't we born as wanderers, explorers chasing freedom down the spine? Tell me, what kind of freedom is this? If the first lesson is silence and the second is change, the full pattern's a voice of oath, but only to echo the table's decree. Brothers they call us, yet puppets we are, dancing to the pull of strings we can't see. Tell me, what kind of brotherhood is bound by fear of the very blood that claims to set us free? And the past grows heavier the longer it's worn. What was stitched in pride turns to burden and scorn. We speak of freedom, but we chain our own hands, building prisons of leather on this cursed land. The road captain swears there's a better way, a route more pure than the one before. But what if the road is a circle of loss, just corpses scattered, new ghosts at the door? And what if no compass, no map in our chest can guide us home to any kind of rest? The treasure counts with steady hands, washing numbers till they gleam like snow. But tell me, how do you clean the blood from bills when every dollar is a debt we owe? Each stack a gravestone, each coin a cry, and still we call it profit, still we call it life. The secretary writes it all down, pen scratching like a hanging bell. Every move a mark, a sentence, a breadcrumb trail that leads to hell. We call it history, we call it truth, but it's a ledger of sins, a noose for our youth. And the patch grows heavier with every name we scar. We carve our stories, but forget who we are. Freedom's a shadow, always out of reach, a sermon unspoken no preacher can preach. The sergeant we sharpen like a blade, demanding fury, demanding war. We call him loyal, we call him brave, but mercy was the oath he swore. still we send him again and again to bleed our rage, to bury our sins. The vice president we crown with hope, as if his hands could steer the storm. But the roads he leads are darker still, a promise wrapped in uniform. For every torch he swears to light, there's 10 more shadows in the night. And the president we lift too high, forgetting the man beneath the crown. He's no prophet, no revolution, just another soul worn down. We brand him immortal, but he bleeds the same. Another rider shackled by another name. But what if the prospect walked free, unchained? What if the full patch chose his place, not obeyed? What if the captain knew the road ahead, not just the one paved in the dead? What if the treasure counted souls, not bills, and the secretary held our hands, not our wills? What if the sergeant was merciful, the vice president a light, and the president wasn't lost in the fight? Would we still be free, or just another kind of bound? Would we still ride high, or sink into the ground? The weight of the patch is the price we have paid. Freedom was the promise, but prison's what we...
Have ridden far past what the maps recall, past the whispers in the tree line, past the mercy in the law. Seen the sunrise stain the canyon like a poet's wounded page, and wonder where the men I faced went after all that rage. Do they wander in the ether like a storm that lost its name? Do they bargain with their memories or burn beneath the blame? Maybe the dust remembers them, it clings to boots like prophecy. Maybe the wind retells their sins in a language only spirits see. Every outlaw keeps a question tucked beneath his leather vest. What becomes of those we bury, and what truth survives the rest? Their faces linger in the smoke like fragile portraits drawn in ash. Some fade before the fire dies, some return with every crash. I've seen brothers I once hunted in the mirror of the creek. Their reflections ask forgiveness for the violence we both speak. I'd ask the dusk, but it don't answer, just swallows up the sound. If justice is a broken compass, what direction brings us down? Where do the fallen ride when their engines go silent? Do they drift where thunder hides beyond the border of the violent? Are they weighed by every wound or by the truth they tried to hide? Lord, if the afterlife has room, where do the fallen ride? I've watched the ground receive a man, the way the ocean takes a stone, quickly swallowed, barely noticed, yet forever not alone. And I've wondered if their shadows sink or bloom beneath the clay. Do they sprout into forgiveness or decay in their dismay? We ride like wolves with stolen names, hungry for a claim of pride. But wolves still share the same cold night, no matter where they choose to hide. Two mortal clubs divided by a thread of stitched regret. Same tattoos, same dusty jackets, same ballrooms where we met. But pride is a jealous preacher and wrath is a faithful bride. They celebrate the funerals of the ones we swore to guide. We kill the ones who look like us and speak in our own tongue. The echo of that irony is a church bell never rung. I asked the stars, but they stayed distant, cold spectators in the sky. If heaven judges all by motive, does intention justify? Where do the fallen ride when their wheels stop breaking distance? Do they find some quiet side where regret loses resistance? Do their sins dissolve like snow or solidify in pride? Tell me, saints of dust and smoke, where do the fallen ride? Maybe every wound we carry is a map without an end, each scar a road that twists and loops back to enemies or friends. Maybe hell is just the moment we remember why we bled, and heaven is the fragile hope that we outgrow the lives we led. Maybe the soul is just a rider searching for a truer home, and the body is the borrowed bike we must abandon when we're done. Maybe all our sins are house rules in a game nobody wins, a deck of cards with every king bearing the same old twins. I've walked through fields of orphan boots, left where men drew their last breath, like monuments to choices that led them dancing into death. I touched the leather still warm with the ghost of who they were, men with dreams of quiet mornings, men who prayed without a church. And I felt the weight of every life that crumbled in my hands, like the sand in broken hourglasses we were too proud to withstand. Sometimes I hear their voices in a campfire's gentle pop, as if the flame remembers every breath their lungs once caught. Sometimes I see them seated on the edge of dawn's red rim, staring down our chapters in each other, ink of fate on shared terrain. Our stories cross like bullet paths drawn by sorrow, carved by pain. Where do the fallen ride when the last light disappears? Do they wander with their burdens or lay down their hardened fears? Is the outlaw ever freed from the judgment he denied? If there's mercy after bloodshed, where do the fall?
I was born somewhere with a name, but names don't anchor roots in a man who drifts like flame. I crossed counties, clubs, and dusty bars, always a stranger, the shadow behind the stars. I tried wearing colors like borrowed prayers, but patches never felt like something I could wear. So I ride at dawn, quiet as doubt, 'cause silence is the only place that never throws me out. Most men belong to something, a tribe, a creed, a corner of the night. But every door I lean toward closed like I never got the right. Their laughter felt like fences built to keep me outside the light. So I carved a lonely gospel on the saddle of my bike. And when the wind calls my name, it wraps around me like a second skin. Maybe I don't belong to people, maybe I don't belong to land, but the great ocean highway knows me like the lines carved in my hand. From Palo down to Sandy, from the desert to the tide, I roll with Bib in beside me. Road is where I hide. Bib Iron rides my shoulder like a tiny guardian of fate. He don't judge the way I wander, he don't care about my state. My bike trembles honest under me, steel never pretends or lies. Metal holds what men let fall, a truth that never dies. Each day repeats its pattern, a little dawn to sandy dust, into the studio's dim corners where I spill out what I trust. Riding north at nightfall while the sky turns bruised and white. The hum of wheels reminds me this is all I have inside. Sometimes the coastline feels alive, like it recognizes how I roam. Maybe I'm not made for circles, not for patches, blood, or tribes, but the ocean road still holds me in its endless breathing tides. From cliffs above Paleto to Sandy's weary side, the highway never questions why I never quite abide. I've tried planting roots in places where the dirt refused my name. Belonging is a myth told by men who never sit in flame. I am salt along the guardrail, I am wind against the coast, a traveler with no birthplace who lost what mattered most. But the highway is a mother who don't ask what you've done, she just opens up her shoulders and whispers, "Ride my son." Some nights I park at shoreline bends and ask the dark why I can't stay, why clubs and towns and faces always drift the other way.
Bibbering curls beside me like he knows what never fits. And the road beneath my boots says home is where the engine sits. So I ride familiar circles that are circles only by name. Sandy lots to city lights, then north through dusk again. My engine hums like confession, his small heartbeat keeps me near. Two wanderers on borrowed time that only the highway hears. Maybe I don't belong to people, maybe I don't belong to time, but the great ocean highway knows me in a quiet, faithful rhyme. If belonging has a meaning,